Hello, crafty friends. Welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. My name's Lori, and today we're going to start on getting us a junk journal together. I don't have a whole lot of junky bits per se, so it's technically just going to be a journal. I printed me a journal kit offline, and for the life of me I cannot, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit the table, I just noticed, I cannot find where this came from in my Etsy shop, your purchase history. I looked, I couldn't find it. So if anyone sees this and later on and knows whose journal pages it is, please share in the comments below the video. And because I don't want to not give anyone their due credit for their hard work. So this is the first page, and as you can see in my printer, the one that I was using at the time, it is a HP. It's just a regular old inkjet, office jet type. It's one of the little bitty ones. Before I got my Canon printer, I was printing these, and it says it is a it was printed on 11 by 8.5, and it had a 1/4 inch border on it because that printer is not borderless. So that's why I wanted the Canon one, so it prints borderless, and it's a Canon, what the heck is it? It's a 9521C. Canon TS 9521C. That's the printer I got. I love that thing. The ink is a little costly. I have found on Amazon basically a knockoff ink for it, and works pretty well. So just read the reviews on those if you get non-brand name inks. So at that time when I printed this, my printer was running out of ink, and so you can see this is the first page of the journal, but it is the last page when it printed. So it just had a strip here. So I thought I could take and glue this down on it on my first page, or if not, because that's a little bit bumpy, it's got some pearls and stuff in it. I love this lace. So if not, then I might do this because it's going to be on the inside of the journal. So I'll glue that down to cover that off color bit up. That's a little tricky trick. So if you print the whole journal or all of your pages or whatever you're printing out to use for your paper craft, and you have a strip on one side, you can cover it with lace. You can cut it off. You can take this bit and fussy cut around it and use it for something else. And I want to say that this is French Roses was the name of it, but I'm not sure. So this is actual from the journal. It's the journal pack that I got, journal kit. And then this is on the back, and if you see, there's a white strip here, and I'll just do some inking, or when we fold it in half, we'll just put a piece of lace on that as well, because it'll be, you know, the back side of the journal. And then this here is a scrapbooking paper that I had forever and a day. Really don't know where I got it. I want to say it came out of a pack from Hobby Lobby because it's kind of thin. And then this is where I was talking about that I had printed, used the solids to print on the back side of it because it was white. And if you see here, it's got a strip just barely on this side. So I'll put lace on any of those strips or ink on either one. So I thought this kit was really pretty. And then this was a flowery, a rose on cream background with like some pink roses really lightly, so you can write on that. So I had there's actually a scrapbooking paper that had that on it, and I just ran it and scanned it and printed it on the back. And this is a scrapbooking paper that's out of a different kit, and I ran it through, printed on the back of it. So then that way, one of the biggest things I was talking about in an earlier video was like for journaling, when you print it off, if you don't take and flip it over and print, you know, a background, because this kit only came with like this one background that I really liked, you know, and then all the other of it, I guess you could take and turn it and put, you know, like the paper kit itself and print, but I wanted, you know, a little more decorative bits. So I printed that on that. And this is just the pink paper that's printed back and front with that pink. This is some more of the kit. So this is the paper that I printed on the back of these. So I blew it up and just printed. And then that's got pink on it. And I like this kit because I love the roses, the pink and teals. It's just, you know, it's my color theme. The only thing is I'm not so much into birds, but I was like, I'm going to try my best to use it. And then I said, well, I might make two kits, two journals out of it. You can do the one that has the roses in it and then take the ones that have the birds on it and make that, you know, a whole nother kit if I wanted to. But I think I'm just going to put all this together. And this is from the actual kit itself. And this is, I know this is from a paper pad from Hobby Lobby. Because in the journal bits itself, pages, it has this dress thing on it. And I just printed from that solid kit on the back of it. And then this is a hummingbird. I love hummingbirds. And this is a scrapbooking page that I had just out of a kit. Don't even know where I got it from. It's one of those big old paper pad mega pack things that you used to get way back in the day. And I printed on the back of that. The good thing is, and this is just a solid pink. And this is a solid pink. But see, this is the dress piece I was talking about. So I think I got a piece off there. We'll do that like that. It'll even up. And then this is from the paper pad from Hobby Lobby. This is from the journal kit. And then this I just printed, before I'd found the solid kits, I printed, they have coffee dyed and tea dyed paper kits that you can get and print on the back of your kits for you. So I had this on my laptop already, and it's just like a tea dyed paper, a kit from somebody, I have no idea. But, and then this was also from a kit from someone. Again, I was really bad at when I first started, because most of the kits that I printed out, it's been probably about a year ago, and I just have gotten around to where I can work into getting into teaching myself from time to time how to do junk journals, which is really not that hard. I just didn't know where to begin, because, you know, a scrapbooker, you know, you have one big page, put your pictures down, and you do, you know, your stickers or your little lump and bump elements or what you have. But, you know, junk journaling is different. So I was going to put this in the middle, so when you open up the journal, that would be your middle page. So that was the plan for the journal. So just to give you an idea of what we're going to be working on, and the journal that's going to be going together. I haven't folded it yet. Like I said, I've trimmed it out. Haven't folded it up yet. I got everything cut aside. I printed me off some extra pink pieces just on one side. So like when I make some tags, if I need a background on the back so you could write on the tag or whatever, I printed off some more of those. And on that printer that I love so much, here's some vellum. So let me put this on a pink background so you can see it a little better. So I printed these on that printer, that Canon TS9521C. It was about $300, and I got it from Best Buy. But yeah, so it prints vellum, acetate, any size cardstock that you would like, prints on that. And then here's some more on vellum. This would be like a belly band, and then you got your stamps. So that's a little bit of the kit we're going to be working on, and the actual page measurements after I cut the white strip border around off of it. It came out to be 7.5 inches tall by 10 inches wide. So when it's folded, it'll be 5 inches, to where you can, like on the back of this, I would probably put like a tag or a tuck, or you know, something like that. So I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to work on some ephemera bits that I've cut out and started picking out what I want to decorate with, and got them picked out. So I didn't want to do a whole big long drawn out video. I just want to do a little decorate with me, or make ephemera with me, craft with me type situation. So this little piece here is going to be my cover, and it's a scrapbook paper. It's really thin, I mean really thick, I'm sorry. And I want to say that this was a Stamperia, or Stamperia, however you say that, but I am not for sure and certain, because I've had it for a really long time, and it may be early days. So, but it has the roses and the newspaper print, and this is the inside. So I'm going to take and put some pockets here to cover up some of this, but I thought it kind of went with the kit. So, because it has the greens and the browns and the pinks and all that. And so on the front, this is a cardstock that had like just a black and white rose on the back. And then on the front side of it, it was kind of like just a leisure paper. So I took one of these vellum pieces and glued it to it. And then I have like a little 3D rose here. And then this is like a lace trim that I got from Hobby Lobby, and fixed it to like where it's going to be like on the dress form. So I'm thinking about putting that down for my on my topper. And then I want to put this piece here like so, and I think that's going to be my topper after I get it sewn in, my signature sewed into it. And I'll probably have to channel Gail Augustinelli to do that, because she makes it look so easy. And I love watching her. So that's going to be the topper for it. And I'll put that on. I want to put that on after I get my signature sewed in, just for the fact that I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up, knock the pearls off or whatever. And it's probably going to be a little easier for me to flip-flop it around to get the signature sewed into this. And then I want to cover it with lace after I get the signature sewed in, and then glue that on the top. So this here is a piece of vellum again, that on that same piece of scrapbook paper with where you can see in the inside it has like the leisure paper, and I just glued it down with a glue stick, and it worked out pretty good. But I did have to leave it setting underneath like something heavy, because it wants to bow up, and you know. Alright, so these here are just some envelopes that I had in my stash. I inked around the outside of them, and this is what I'm thinking about, like gluing here, and have a pocket on the front and the back. So then you have a tuck here, and a tuck back here. So that's what I'm going to do with those, hopefully. I may change my mind by the time I get to doing that and decorating, to be honest with you. Alright, so that's the front. And then I'm thinking about on the back, I want to put something on the back too, because it's kind of plain Jane. So I may try to do another little piece or bit on the back of it. And then I have some pre-cuts, little journal bits and stuff. These came from, I know, Stamperia Pad. It was, I want to say Sweet Love was the journal pad that these came out of. Alright. So I did This is like a book page out of I did a altered book for my daughter, just trying out junk journaling, altering books, you know, because I was like, oh, it's so pretty, let me try it. So what I did was I took and just took the excess border around off of the book page, and I'm sorry if there's any words on here. I didn't really look if there was any ugly words. I'm so sorry if you see any. But the book was about Yoo-hoo and stuff like that. But the reason I bought the book was because it was purple, and I had a Stampria pad that was purple roses, and I'm going to be doing another journal about that too, with purple roses. I love roses. I love butterflies, bees, sunflowers, do a garden journal, you know, all of that stuff. So what I did was, and this is stamp that you see here on this, I got off of Toomey, and the color that I got was Distress Oxide Victorian Velvet. So that's the color I'm using to ink around all of my bits. So I don't know what I had intended to do that with. I actually thought about putting that on the back, to be honest with you. But I don't think I will. I don't know. I might just put it on the inside of a page. We'll get to doing all that when I get to putting it together and decorating. So right now, like I said, I've got journal cards here, and basically all I gotta do is these, just ink them up. These came from, again, that same Stampria pad where it's just journal cards. So let me get my ink here, and we'll get to inking. And I know this is probably gonna be the boringest thing in the world, but I just wanted to share, you know, the process of how I was deciding what I was going to do in my journal. And this is the second journal that I've actually made and put together. The first one I made was my soon-to-be daughter-in-law, Kaylin. She was wanting one for her for herself, so I made her one for Christmas. For my youngest daughter, for her Christmas present. So my youngest daughter gave it to my soon-to-be daughter-in-law for her Christmas present. And then I was hooked. I was just hooked. So we're just going to ink around these little journal bits. I've got some where I've got some pages where I've inked and did stamping on, and I've got some that I want to do put like the tucks and pulls on them. And like I said, from time to time I'll get up in the middle of the night, can't sleep good, something's hurting, or you know, whatever, and I'll sit down here and I'll be like, oh, that'd be pretty on that. Oh, that I think that'll work. So this has been a work that's been going on while I decided if I wanted to do the crafting videos or not. And I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna start, and we just gonna roll with it and try to put a video every day. Hopefully I'll get a following. If not, then you know what, my grandbaby will see it, and it'll be preserved on YouTube, archived for her. She can watch Meemaw sit here and do her crafting after Meemaw's gone. Hopefully no time soon though. So right now I have one grandbaby. She's not blood grandbaby, but I don't care. She's my grandbaby. She calls me Meemaw, and I'm her Meemaw. Whether my daughter and her fella are still together or not, I'm still gonna be her Meemaw. So that's the way I feel about that situation. She's the cutest little thing. She's from a previous relationship he was in, and you know, they're all amicable, and they, you know, communicate and co-parent and blah blah blah. So this here is also like a cutout. So what I want to do on this is I want to ink around it. This here, you can write on the front. You can write on this pretty well. So I did some stamping here with just some roses on that same book page. So I'm going to put it down on the back here, and I've got some, I got ephemera bits cut, but I don't want to get into that just yet. So this is just some pre-made, pre-stamped stuff that I got together that I want to work on and try to get my bits going for my journal. Basically, is what I'm doing. And I know you can't really tell this this ink on this back side here, but I want to do it because it's got the white edge on some of it. I don't want to see that white edge. So we're just going to do this. Get that white edge off there. And I love this color here, this Victorian velvet. It's so pretty for any kind of pink, and it matches up pretty with a pink. And I think I want to go around this here book page. We'll just do that, set that off a little bit from that background there, because it's a little busy. I mean, I love that background, but you know, that's just kind of plain Janey to me. And it needs to have a little something on it. So let's put. So I was like, well, got these stamps from Toomey on my order, and I sat down that afternoon, and I was like, I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna play and see what I can come up with. And I don't know if you're not supposed to use this. If you're not supposed to use this Distress Oxide as a as an ink for stamps or not, but you know, I bought it. I can use it how I want to, right? So that's what I did. Alrighty, so I got me a little cutting mat. These are the ones you can get at Dollar Tree. I use them for one of them I got is I use for a mouse pad over here on my table, because my table's real slicky. And if you'll notice, this background's moving around, so I didn't really think you want to look at plain white because it glares up so bad. So I got this, and I'm just so afraid to do any kind of gluing on it yet, because I don't want to mess it up, because I just got it. So I went to, I got 2 of these, and I got some that are like 12 or 12 of these glue mats. So I just use this one here on some small bits like this. And it's, you know, it doesn't have to be perfectly centered or whatever you have here. So I just want to slick that down a little bit, make sure that, you know, the edges aren't going to stick up and catch on anything. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to slick it down a little bit too. And I think that turned out really pretty. I like that. So then, you know, that'll be put into like a pocket or a tuck or something like that. Let's see. Put it down in there. I may have to. I think that'll be pretty like that. You can put it that way or this way, either one. So after you write on it, you know, the intent is to write on this side, and then after you've written on it, you turn it over and hide it back in your journal like so. So that's the intent with that. I really like that a lot. Okay, so then this piece, like, you know, most of these are like the stamp book page, and it kind of has the same background because all of these cut aparts were on one sheet, so I cut them out, and I was like, well, this will go with this journal, so I'm just going to use them like that. So I want to put this here, and it's a little squared up looking to me. So let's try to do a little bit of, let's kind of not have it so squared. I don't want to have it so messed up either. I don't want to tear it up too bad, but I don't want it just squared off either. So let's try to do this. Let's see, my pinchers aren't pinching good today, so it kind of makes it a little hard to do. I don't want to tear it up too much, but I just don't want the square edge either. I can't get a hold of it. Alright, so we'll just throw that in the trash over here. And we'll lay this down, and I'll probably need to get me some book pages out and just use them as glue pages later on once this thing gets a little sticky. But so that's the right side up. So then ooh, I should have inked. Oh, why didn't you yell at me? You probably was, wasn't you? Let's see if we can get a little bit of ink around there before that glue, and that glue gets dried up. And we'll just add a little bit more blue on it. So I'm going to take and spread these here throughout my journal. So this is just some little decorative bits is what I'm intending them for. So this one here, you can't really write on it on either side, to be honest with you. So it's just going to be, you know, I'll probably glue it down or glue it onto something else. So you can have this, and I think I may put it on a page where like it'll attach and flip out, or just stay just a tag. I might just leave it as a tag. Just put it over here. Will that be okay? No. I don't really like that. I don't like that at all because it's covering up words or something. I don't like that. So we're gonna leave that as it is. We just leave that like that. Alrighty. So here's another piece. Like I said, I got that rose stamping thing from Toomey, and I was like, well, let me see if these work. If they don't work, I'll throw them out and I'll find me something that does, because I wanted the rose stamps, and I got a bunch of stamps actually from them, pretty decent. And then I did some roses. I got bee stamps. I got a bunch of butterfly stamps. So we'll do some stamping later on, some in the videos, just to try some ink colors and sit and talk and yik yak and have a good old time. I'd like to do some lives later on once I get a little bit more of a following. You know, right now I'm on the new channel. This is what, like, my third video. Okay, so on this piece here, this is, you know, you can write on this on the postcard side here, but on the back side, you know, it's a little busy, so I'm just going to glue that on there, just, you know, for decorative purposes. I thought it was pretty. Actually, I got carried away with that stamping on the book page, and I was like, oh, I love it, it's so pretty. Let's just stamp up a bunch. So I'm just going to put that on there. And that one there, I didn't really mind if it was square. I don't know why. That's what I felt doing. So then, like I said, you know, you take, what I want to do is put it in like this, and then you turn it over in a postcard like that, and you just write it. And I know this is sideways, but, you know, it's going to be okay. It'll be pretty. Let me see. I found this tag here. Nope, I still don't like it because it covers up my words. I don't want to cover up my words. Okay, so this one here. So either side of this you can write on, basically. I would prefer to write on the lighter side myself if it was me journaling. So on the back side, we're going to decorate it up a little bit. So what I want to do, I had a strip of just a piece of cardstock here. I think I may do a little trim on the corner. Let me get my scissors. Or let's see if we can do with a corner edge. I'm going to do a corner trim, see if we can get that in there. And I think I got this corner rounder at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. So I think I just want to do the corner pieces here. I'm going to put that down. And I've got this book page that's torn. So what I want to do is kind of put it like so, maybe. I don't really care about the book pages, which way it's running. I'm going to try to do it like something like this, just like a little collage bit. I should have took a picture of how it was when I lined it up to start with, shouldn't I? I think we're going to do something like that with it. Just have a little decorative bit on the back of that. Does that look okay, you guys? I kind of like it. So I think that's what we're going to do with it. So I'm going to ink around this. And this is like the strip from the side. Like you know, like when you read a book, you have like the white strip or whatever around the actual type paper. The actual words. So I'll take a little strip and I'll stamp on it. And that way you can use it as a little decorative bit. And I know say decorative bit, you know. That's just my term, decorative. Everything's decorative. Decorative. But that's the fun about making journals is, you know, you make it your own. You make it however you like. Put what you want in it. And I don't really know if I intend on anything to be sold or not. If anyone's interested in anything I make, you know, or a show or do a flip through of, just shoot me an email. My email's linked on my page. And we'll discuss whatever it is that you were interested in. So I kind of want that not, you know, just exactly lined up. That's kind of what I'm looking for there. And I'm going to move it over just a hair here, and then that way I can run me a little thing of lace here. I think that's what I'm going to do. Later on I'll put me a little piece of lace, or we might just do it right here in a minute. And this is just Bridgeport glue stick. I got it from Amazon. It was a bulk buy. And I got some Oohoo over there, but I just wanted to use this up first. No particular rhyme or reason. And it seems to glue pretty good. And, you know, it doesn't seem like it's bowing up my projects too bad. The only thing with that vellum though, when it's glued down, it will bow because it's vellum. It draws for some reason or another. So I had to put it up underneath something heavy to keep it from wanting to bow up with me. So I think I'm going to put that about here. Right. And we'll put that about there. Yeah. I think that's going to be pretty. May not be exactly straight, but you know what? That's okay. It's handmade. Alrighty. Let me take this. And I want this to be kind of a little lower than that. Not too much. I don't want it to be so off from the rest. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, I like that. I think that's pretty. And see that it's not too lumpy bumpy on this side where you know, you can write on it. Let me get me a little baby wipe here. Do some wiping on this here real quick before it dries up. And then I can't glue nothing else on it. Or how about, so I'm thinking about, while I'm doing this, that's what I'm doing is cleaning this while I'm thinking about putting on the, I'm sorry about that racket. That's probably just loud as everything, ain't it? I didn't even think of that. I'm so sorry, y'all. So I'm thinking about putting me a little slim piece of lace. Well, that's too matchy right there, ain't it? That's just all matched up. And that would be pretty. Sorry about the crinkling. Or do I want to put white? Because I'm using this on that. Do I want to put a piece of white lace? Oh, look at this. We got this. We could use this. Or this. Ooh, I like that. I think that would match better than the white. See the bright white? This right here is going to match better. Let's use that. I think that'd be pretty. I think that would just be plumb pretty. Okay, let's figure out. And I got this off of Toomey as well. If you hadn't noticed, Toomey's probably like my little favorite crafty place. Especially for like, you know, little decorative pieces of laces for like pretty cheap. And I want that to hang off her just a little bit. I'd really like that to be where this one here. I'm going to cut that piece there off. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me get my little fabric scissors. It'd probably be better just to take my little fabric runner and cut that, to be honest. But try my best to cut it with these things. These are only used for fabric scissors. I got these at Walmart. you can tell it is, what's that lady's name? Does the cooking show. Pioneer Woman. There you go. Pioneer Woman. I know somebody was screaming at it. I heard you. Alright. So I'm going to glue that down right there. On over this way. Because I want that to hang off there. So when I put it, well, it's going to be upside down. Ain't it? Writing's going to be upside down. Why didn't you think of that, knucklehead? Well, that's alright. We can still put it this way, can't we? Heck yeah. We can put it like that. We'll put it right there. And then just run it down, stick it in a little pocket. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty. Alright, let me get my fabric glue. Hopefully this sucker will work for me. Let me get my fabric glue here. Put that on there. Can y'all see me? I keep pulling stuff to me. I'm sorry. Ooh, well, that come out of there quick, didn't it? Okay. Get a baby wipe that top off so it don't glue my lid on it. Okay, now which side is right? It's hard to tell. I don't reckon it matters. It's okay. Alright, so I wanted this bit here cut off because I want that right there. Okay. Then I took a little tip from Gail. She got one of these little, it's a little spatula that you would cook with in the kitchen. I got a small one. Just because I was watching her one day and I was like, well, you know, my favorite glue just gets all over my hands, and then when I touch something else, it's glued to me. So she done this one day and I was like, that is genius. So I got this from the Dollar Tree, to be honest with you. It's a little, one of the little mini ones over there in the kitchen area. When I went and got me one. It wasn't the color I wanted, to be honest with you. I wanted like the, you can tell, the teal. I wanted a teal one. So they had dark blue or red. So that was my choices. So, alright, what do I do with my fabric scissors? I lost them already. Alright, is that straightened up? Oh, that's going to be so pretty. I mean, you can't really see that right there, but look. Yeah, you can. That's okay. Slide it back a little bit. I want to see that. I want to see that rose there just a little bit more. There we go. Look at that. That looks good. Let's wipe our fingers. I don't know what that was. The dog's probably in there playing with something. Oh, I can't cut that. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to get my fabric roller. I'm going to flip this sucker over and try to pull that down. And I'm going to cut that right off there. Because me and my scissors are having a fit today. My hands are saying, nope, nope. Alright, so we'll just use that. I like that. I like that a lot. That is so pretty. Okay, quit looking at it. Make something else. I know, I heard you. I'm going to set this over here on my little side table. Let that dry a little bit. Get this out of the way. So I think I was wanting to put, I made a bunch of these. I got some little tab pull die cuts. And just had a bunch of scrap papers in it. I thought that paper's so pretty. But, and then these are cut off, so some of the papers that I used in the book here. And I'll keep that little piece. I can put that, pinch it over like so. Make a little tab pull or something on it. That'd be pretty. Let's just put it in our scrap box over here. We'll use it for something one day. Alright, so this one here, this came from the same little pack as these other ones, the Sweet Love from Prima. It was, like I said, it was their little, I think it's postcards, your postcard journaling bits. So you can write on both sides. And then I've got a rose punch makes the border. So I don't really have yellow in this book, and it has, you know, these little light yellow bits. You see that there? And the light's too bright. So it has the yellow bits down it. So I just thought I could take and just glue this on that right there, and use this piece here that was a scrap that was left over from something else that I did, who knows when. I just found it in my scrap box. I think I cover up most of the yellow. I don't care if you see some of it, but I don't want it to be so in your face with that yellow stripe, because I don't have yellow in here. It's mostly, you know, like I said, the pinks. So I'm going to do that and glue that down. I think I need to use my white glue for that, to hold that on there with. You don't want to take a die cut or a punch to a glue stick. If you did that, you'd probably do glue stick down on your paper, then stick it on there. You don't want to take a die cut or something that has a bunch of, you know, that's holy like this. You definitely don't want to take a glue stick to it, because it'll eat your glue stick up. And I want to put that right up to the edge of this. Glue that down. You can use this for this as well, because it's got holes in it. And I'm going to take me a piece of paper towel. Paper towel's your friend when you're gluing heavy-handed glues. Just dot it. And then I'll let it dry, and I'll cut that extra bit off. I think that's going to be okay. I like that. Now, which side did I want to use over here? Because, so there's one way that it's cut. It's got a bunch of divots in it. And there's one way it's cut that looks fairly decent. I think that's the best one. I think I'll glue this. Doesn't really matter. It's roses. It'll be pretty. That's my thinking anyway. So I'm trying to see if I can find me a smaller bit to go on my Sugar Bell bottle. That tip. Sometimes, I don't know. I think it's maybe where I'm impatient. I'm like, come on, glue, and just squeezing it, trying to get the glue out. I think that's the biggest thing, is I'm just impatient with my glue and won't let it, you know, use gravity to move down. So I'm just squeezing on it, trying to get it out. Okay, there we go. I'll just glue that down there. And then what pieces don't stick, I'll come back later. Put a touch-up glue here and touch-up glue there. I don't want to mess with it too much right now, because if I move it, it's going to get glued in the wrong spot, and I don't want it to do that. So I'll just take that extra glue off, and imagine this is going to be cut off. I think that'll be pretty. So you can write here, and you can also write on the back. So we're going to lay that to the side and let that dry. I'll cut the extra pieces off later. Alrighty. What else have we got going on here? Okay, I want to do this piece right here. Because see, look, I had that thought earlier to glue this on to one of them. Ain't that something? And then that's the white, the pink and white. So see, this is that cut apart from the same page, of course. I just wonder if I can just glue this on here like that and just let that ride. Because if you use a dark pen, you can write on that. I don't really want to keep using that, because it looks like, you know, that's going to be all that's in my book, maybe. I don't know. What do we think? I think I'm going to do it, because I had done decided apparently to put it together sometime last week when I was just sitting here goofing off doing nothing, when I should have been up doing something around the house. But I was like, I'm crafting. I don't have time to clean house. What are you talking about? I got stuff to make. I got stuff to do. That was my excuse. I'm trying to get ready to start a YouTube channel, so I got to get some crafty stuff ahead. Okay, Mom, sure. All right. so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to take and glue this down. Oh, I think that's going to be pretty. Do I want that over a little bit? Let me check and make sure and see I got it right side up. Yep, I do. Got it right side up. I should have put it on this side. I don't know. Nope, I like it better on the other side. Flip it over. I don't know why, because I think it's because it's got this little more straighter edge, and that piece is jutting out. Looks a little better on that side, I think. Yeah, see? Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, let's glue it down. Get it done. Get it done. I don't want to keep you forever and a day, because this is going to take me a little bit to get these journaly bits together. Because like I said, I pre-cut all the journal bits and bobs, the fussy cuts, as you will. Got all those cut out already, and this is just going to be a decorate with me type stuff. Is what I was planning on doing, to get some decorative stuff going with it. Let me move this out of my way here. So there we go. I think I'm going to put that down like so. Now I can use this glue as well to hold this on, but I've got this fabric glue in here and I done spent the money on it, so let's get that in there. That lid's not on there tight. Might be one reason why it's gushing out. Right, well, let's hope I didn't mess it up. Turn it upside down, the lid come off. That's going to be awesome right on the video. Yay. Alright, let's get your outline. Because I want these bits, you know, to be dangly, so I'm just going to run a strip up and down here, just mainly to hang the one piece in the middle on, because I want the lace to be, you know, movable. I want it to be free flowing, if you will. And these are so hard to tell which side is which. Okay, so that's the sewed bit. Okay, it kind of looks the same to me, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie. It really looks the same to me. Okay, I want that just a hair over, not much. There we go. Okay, do your little spatula bit. Get it glued on there. Wipe your spatula off and your fingers. Now, I used to would take my wet wipe, baby wipe, and just do, and that was blowing my papers up. I didn't know no better, you know, I was special and just had started, and I had no clue about the do's and don'ts of paper crafting, and I was like, oh, I gotta get that glue off of there. Well, guess what? Even though it looks saturated, that glue's gonna dry, and when that glue dries, you can't tell it. Now, if it is a thinner paper, now I will tell you this, if it is a thinner paper, then yeah, it will still keep the wrinkle and the bow in it. It sure will. I'm not going to lie to you about that. Especially if, and this is not technically Fabri-Tac, it's Fabri-Fix, I believe is the actual name of it. There is a difference. Oh, I think that's so pretty. And you can write here. I think that's going to be pretty. So I'm going to lay that over here and let that dry. Alright, let's see. What time is it? Oh, we've been going for 48 minutes. Ooh, I didn't know I'd held you that long. I'm sorry, y'all. I, in all intentions, had meant to do only about a 20, maybe a 30 at the most. And we just got carried away and me yik-yakking. I'm so sorry I held you that long. But thank you so much if you stayed around and watched. I really do appreciate it. I do appreciate all the local friends and family that are supporting me in my adventure and endeavors of YouTubing. I really do appreciate my family and friends being supportive. That's just awesome. And I hope that I am somewhat entertaining and educational. I may not be that much educational, but entertaining if nothing, to say the least. Because sometimes I do sit here and I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. And then, you know, just get carried away yik-yakking. But let's see what we made here. We did this one. It's 1, 2, and all these do kind of favor. But I'm gonna, like I said, I got some cut aparts, fussy cuts that I want to do some things with. I just wanted to get the book page part down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that we did and on camera. So thanks a lot, guys, for hanging around and just crafting and scrapping and journal making. Thanks for coming along and enjoying my videos. I really do appreciate your support. Thanks a lot, guys. Y'all have a good day. Have a good night. Well, depending on when you're watching this, I'm filming at night. But thanks so much. Happy crafting, and come back and see me, guys. Thanks.